Alrighty, everyone, welcome back for round 4 of the IndyCar series presented by Sabai Technology. Welcome to Road America. 4 miles, 12 turns, 6 right, 6 left, and 50 laps. Even though it says 14, there are 12. I did the counting. But anyway, welcome back. I am your host, Millsy at TMillsy TV on Twitter. If you want to hit me up. Nah, I'm kidding. But let's get into it right away. Welcome. Road America, probably one of my favorite tracks in Project Cars 2. One of the most nice flowing tracks, and hopefully these Indy cars also get to put a good showing on for that as well. So let's get into our stories of this race. This is going to be very, very important to get out of the way really quickly as we're about to begin qualifying here. Frank comes in with a 34-point lead after a dominating performance at the Indy 500. Now, the big question is, can he do it again here at Road America, which is not an oval circuit, obviously. We're back onto the road circuits, which actually bring a good point of this screen, which is the IR12 road course cars. We have a top speed of over 200 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. 740 horsepower to the 1,598 pounds of weight. A little bit of extra on the side. We have no ABS, no traction control, and for this time, 10 push-to-pass uses. We're back on that again because we're back on the road circuits. Story number 2 to keep an eye out. We've had 3 races. Three in a row. Yep. We're on round 4. We've had 3 dominating performances from 3 different drivers. Frank, Stu, and Power have all been very dominant performances coming through the first 3 races. Do we see that again in race 4? Does someone kind of sneak out of the woodworks? Do we see a rookie sneak up and try and put it on for number 4? We shall see. And the last story that we got to pay attention to tonight, we are a bit on a short grid for this evening. We are unsure of why. Very disappointing for the street, but we're going to keep it going one way or another. We have a tight midfield pack battle, points-wise. 4th through 10th are separated by only 25 points, which we can definitely see some changes in positions in the overall standings for the season here as we move forward. So let's get on to this screen, which is our track map. Obviously, Road America, 50 laps of Road America this evening in the Indy cars. The alternate tires, the softer but faster tire, the red striped. They're expected to live around 10 laps, while the primary, which is the more harder and more durable tire, is expected to live around 20 laps. Next, we'll do a really quick breakdown of our point systems as we do every race. We do the IndyCar. We follow the IndyCar, the real-life IndyCar series' points systems, as well as our own definitions for different things. For example, the pole position, we actually have a special award for the Lord. It's the Lord Dragon KD Award. That is the award given to the pole sitter at the end of qualifying. Obviously, if you lead a lap, you get a point, and if you have the most laps led, you receive another point. As you can see on the left, that's the full breakdown from first all the way down the field. Let's take a look at our point standings coming into Road America. Frank with a dominating 34-point lead, as you can see there. Very dominant, and was able to acquire such points with the double points event at Indy, which he did very well. Very dominating performance from him. Led away and had no troubles keeping up with the speed. Very smooth. Followed by Stu at 135. Dio, Ozzy, separated by 11. And then as we're talking about the 25-point difference, you can see from 4th to 10th. Very, very tight field. Again, a short field for this evening, which is quite disappointing. But it's going to make some of these people going to be able to extract some points here for sure. For example, 2112, who is in 19th place with 14 points. He has the ability, if we go back a screen, to receive at least 26 at least, if he can perform. He will definitely be moving up the ranks. He'll get 40 if he gets the minimum, which will put him up ahead of Anamera, Maximus, Erase Red, and Rapid Amplifier, as well as Kaladin and Nurik. But anyway, that is going to be the end of our rundown. We are getting close to start time, as our drivers are prepping and getting warm and excited for the race. As again, we only have 7 drivers. The 8th driver is Lesson. He's in the booth with us, giving us the very important, detailed information. We'll be hearing lots from him tonight, hopefully on everything. But let us get over to what I forgot we have tonight. As we're back on a road course, the Sabai Technology Hot Lap is in need, and as our Hot Lap requirements, you must attend the previous event, which was Indy. So we gave that over to Stu, who's been a very keen driver since day one, and we let him have a run. Here it is. And thank you very much, Stu, for that very good lap. Also in VR, it looks so good. I think VR looks very, very good in such a beautiful game like Project Cars 2. Appreciate it putting together that lap for us and sending it over to me. It's actually quite quick. 141, I think he threw his time in at, which is extremely impressive here around Road America. Anyway, as we are speaking, things are getting underway here. Practice is ending, and we are getting prepared for action. There's a little bit of an error. There we are. Apologies for that stream. Usually it fits in the box. Don't know why it didn't that time. Anyway, we will get back. We will get our audios back in correct for the event. Get ourselves into the action. Get us on board. Let's hopefully volume is correct for everyone. Give me a shout if you hear anything out of the ordinary. And we're gonna jump right back into the booth. We have a very full booth this evening of both Frank Velocity and Lesson. Both have joined me for the evening. Good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Hey, Mills, how are you?
Good, you?
Oh, not too shabby.
Short grid tonight, as we've seen. See if Rapid Amplifier can appear. But yeah, very short grid tonight for probably one of my favorite tracks in Project Cars 2. Hopefully.
Absolutely is one of my favorites as well. Road America is really fun. There's a lot of challenges here, and it's just a lot of fun to drive.
Hopefully, we'll see some close racing though as the race proceeds, and we'll have some close and exciting racing to be on. I saw in practice everyone was very close, so hopefully people will be able to keep that going as we see Stu out on track for first session of qualifying of the two. 15-minute running session for the top, I'm going to assume 4 drivers. And then a 5-minute break followed by another 15-minute session for the bottom 3 drivers.
Yeah, looking at practice times, I also expect that we're probably going to see 2 general groups racing here this afternoon, or this evening rather. The top 4 are really close in their pace, and the last 3 drivers are really close as well, with a pretty decent spread between them. So there should be some battles for everybody on track tonight.
Hopefully so then, as we see Stu on track, we have Ozzy on track at the moment, and we also have Frank on track. Frank put an absolutely dominating performance in at Indy, led pretty much every lap, ran away with it. Made an interesting pit. He had actually 2 mistakes that almost costed him, but in the end he kind of ran away with it just by tire strategy and everything. His first mistake was in one of the boxes about halfway through on his pit stop. He actually stopped behind F1 Racer, which is not his box. His box is about 4 boxes in front of that, and he was seemed a bit confused, unknowing. Had to move up. He lost about 25 seconds from that. But beyond that, and then he had I think he let himself run a little bit of engine wear, which you can do here in Project Cars 2, and then have it repaired, and I think that also put him back another minute. He had an extra minute of pit time, so it's going to be very important, especially when we have 50 laps, and racing needs to stay close, so we'll see if he can keep everything together. As things slowly start to unrun, we got Frank running a 2:02.7. I think that's definitely just an out lap run. I actually am a very big fan of that number 7 livery. I love just the look of it. Actually looking at it now, which is Aussie 123's livery. Yeah, that's one of the... Is it one of the Chevrolets, I think?
It's a Honda.
That is a Honda. Well. Very much like that livery, that's all.
Don't sound so pleased about that.
Try to stay civil. Love my Honda, love my Chevy, even though I'm very excited. I think it's been since this time. Fernando Alonso's going to be running in the 500. I think that was just announced last week, if I remember correctly. So,
yes, very much so.
Yes, McLaren and Honda once again. And I think, what team's taking it on again?
I'm not really sure. I thought there was some debate as to who they were pairing with, or if they were pairing with somebody or not. I don't know the details.
Yeah, was it Penske?
So it's all their own stuff, and they're just doing a technical alliance with Andretti.
Oh, it's Andretti.
Okay.
Andretti Motorsport.
Yeah, and Andretti himself actually confirmed that they're going to be involved. But
gotcha.
People mistook that as them like sharing stuff like cars and whatnot again, but they're just going to be sharing technical knowledge basically.
Just information basically. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. That's cool.
But otherwise, yeah, they're building their own team. They're doing everything to ascertain whether or not it's feasible for them to do it for a full season.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope to see it. I really do. I think it'll be really good for the sport. And,
yeah.
You know, with all the other news about testing overseas and whatnot, or the possibility of that, I think there's a lot of really good things on the horizon for IndyCar.
Oh yeah, it's been on the rise for a while now.
Actually, another thing, I
But
think Marcus Ericsson's also moved over to IndyCar,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
he's gonna be full-time Indy driver and apparently a reserve Sauber driver.
Wow.
That is interesting, which means
Yeah.
who's covering that seat?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Somebody with money.
Yeah. Even though I am very impressed. I know this is IndyCar, we're talking about F1, but I'm very impressed with Sauber's kind of return. And I'm pretty sure Alfa Romeo probably had something to do with
Yeah.
that.
Their rate of development skyrocketed.
They're they're very competitive right now. Well, not competitive, but I mean competitive with the midfield.
And now imagine next season with Raikkonen giving them feedback.
And you do have a longtime veteran, 39-year-old Kimi Raikkonen. I think you're going to be... I'm excited to see Sauber kind of return.
Yeah.
Hopefully to some sort of pace and ability. I think next year for F1's going to be very interesting. There's been lots of rumors and developments over the last week that, who is it? The owners. Who are the owners right now of F1? The Americans. Who is it again?
Liberty Media?
Liberty Media are dropping some normal tracks for some more interesting ones, supposedly, over the next few years.
Oh, yeah, they said they were dropping things that didn't have attractive deals. But I think that's more on the financial side.
Yeah, you gotta be careful there. I want to get everyone up in arms.
Yeah, you could. There's a lot of speculation you could do.
There
with
is.
what that really means, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I'm just happy for the
Probably
new
some
front
less than
wings.
lucrative financial dealings, I would imagine,
Oh,
from
for sure.
from the Bernie days.
Yeah, it's already been confirmed though that we're gonna have. They said that there were. They said tangible gains for the new wing.
Oh, we'll have to see that at winter testing, because there's been tangible gains from other rule changes and they have not panned out.
I thought they weren't allowed to run the wings at winter testing.
No, they're... Okay. Let me run that back.
There was something
Yes.
weird with that.
Testing begins after Abu Dhabi. They spend a week there and they test. Winter testing, the big one at Catalunya. That is the one where they will be using the new wings.
Okay.
Yeah, they spend, I'm pretty sure, they spend an extra, the majority F1 teams spend an extra week at Abu Dhabi and just test out everything as Stu takes
And that's when we're gonna have Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yes, that I'm very excited. That's
gonna be awesome.
Who did they do? Like it was before. Was it Jeff Gordon and who was the other driver?
It was Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart
and
switched
Lewis
seats.
Hamilton.
Oh, it was Tony Stewart and Lewis Hamilton who switched seats. Okay.
Yep.
Kind of excited to see how that runs in these new 2018 spec cars.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it was at the Glen, was it not?
It was at the Glen.
Where he run a stock car at the Glen.
Yeah.
That would be a fun track to do that.
Well, Rapid Amplifier looks to have appeared in the team speak.
Ah, nice.
We shall see
So,
if his power supply survives.
yeah, I don't know if I'd be running, in my opinion. Just I wouldn't really want
Oh,
to.
is that his struggles?
Yeah.
I wouldn't really
but,
want to break it.
Well, if you're gonna break it, you might as well do it racing.
Yep.
Not wrong there. As we look into the about 10-minute mark into qualifying, Frank, coming back from a very dominating Indy, has a 0.8 second lead into qualifying. Very strong from him. So Stu sits in second. We have them Power right behind, and then Aussie 145.7, a little bit off the pace. But it's very interesting to see these new drivers who've appeared, who are kind of taking the front running in this IndyCar season. Frank, Stu, and Ratha, all rookies, have been dominating since their first events. Well, dominating is a little bit of a stretch, but They've been very towards the top of the field, so very good racing from the new drivers.
Dominating sounds like the Red Wings lately. I had to throw that in there, I'm sorry.
Is that sarcasm? Because aren't they sucking?
Now they've won 8 of their last 10.
Well, the Leafs are in first place, so.
Oh yeah, no,
That's
the Red
dominating.
Wings started out horrible, and now they're just like on this hot streak right now.
That's
Woo!
very good. As Power takes a bit of a spin, that's a loss of front wing there.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Got about 9. No, he has 4 minutes left. He's gonna have to really quickly jump back into the pits and get back out on track. He's only got 4 minutes remaining. That'll be enough for 1 lap. So hopefully we see him get back out on track soon enough, as he is only missing by about 2/10 here. 1.78. Just missing up by not a lot. As Stu really pushing his Chevy to the max here for Road America, trying to get in. He hasn't been able to replicate his
On board for his hot lap.
He already had his hot lap, actually.
Was that his hot? I thought that was his
no,
out.
this is, but he had his Sabai
yeah.
Technology hot lap, which he put in a
Gotcha.
141. Put in a ridiculous time of like 141.6. So we haven't seen that from him yet.
Apparently his car just goes neutral to neutral to neutral.
The good replay abilities of Project Cars 2 inside Matt Studios. Very late on the brakes. A little later than I dare push myself. I haven't actually driven the IndyCar Road America yet. I usually like to get a sense of what the drivers are having to do, but I haven't done that here.
Yeah,
I'm very preoccupied with, what is it? Assetto Corsa Competizioni's new update. I haven't put a lot of time in.
Want to do some of that later?
Maybe.
Practice lobby?
Yeah, we can. I still lots.
Feedback seems to be pretty positive about that, huh?
It has been, but I
like it.
I still feel the AI have way too much grip in the rain. Like an over amount of
He's
grip.
not gonna get the time this one.
No, a little bit too wide into
In a couple of
turn
spots.
12 there. Or what the track map says is turn 12.
Yeah.
But supposedly there's 14 corners here. I only see 12. Does he? Wow!
Ooh,
If
he did.
Did it? If there's that's what we're talking about, that time difference. And I knew he had that ability in him, as he goes way wide. Which he's definitely not going to have the opportunity for another. Oh wait, he went fastest.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was behind by 0.08.
Oh.
Oh, it still goes faster.
Let's see if Frank has something to top him.
Frank has. This is his last lap. Can we get the speedometer up really quick? He has more than enough fuel. He's gonna need a perfect lap here. Just speaking of Power, not very able to replicate his closeness in practice. Still about just above a second off. As it looks like we've actually Rapid Amplifier has appeared into the server.
Where was Rapid Amplifier in the point standings?
Pretty sure he's last.
Okay, he did not miss his qualifying session then. He should be able to qualify still.
Yeah, Rapid Amplifier is 16th out of 19 drivers who have appeared this season.
Gotcha.
The only one lower that is competing this evening is 2112, who is 19th out of 19th. But now, I think he has the opportunity to move up to like 12th or something like that, just by other people not appearing this evening.
Yeah.
So that does leave some interesting Questions drivers need to. You know, this has been a very clean lap if I remember correct. So this is gonna really be it.
Moment of truth.
Has he been able to replicate a very quick lap here?
He has not.
He is not, and that is going to be the end. Stu takes provisional pole.
He ran a 1:42.5, so he was actually a tenth slower than what he ran prior.
And that's the one thing about.
Effort, though.
Yeah.
Well, this is Frank seems very consistent. I've noticed.
Power actually got closer by about 4 tenths.
Power did get closer. But consistency seems to be Frank's game. The lines he was running at Indy were absolutely perfect the entire race. Very smooth on entry, very nice on the throttle. On exit again, just perfect Indy lines. I was very impressed. So again, that's one of the big questions, if he can continue to have that perfect, like very within 1 or 2 tenths every lap kind of pace. We'll see if he has that in him as we are now 3.5 minutes away from the second qualifying session opening up. We will have Rapid Amplifier, Ratha 2112, and F1 Racer 68 on track in the second, as Lesson is in the booth with us this evening. He's going to be giving us the technical data, if I'm correct. That is correct?
I'll be giving you as much as I possibly can. It's a little bit easier for me because I'm not doing the kind of work that Velocity is. So, yeah, you'll hear from me here and there. Just kind of trying to watch some things in live time as well.
Yes, live time, because sometimes it gets kind of confusing here.
Trying to do support commentary off of a stream is difficult.
Oh, for sure.
So being in the room and being able to view as a spectator is certainly beneficial to conversation and just being able to see what's going on, and just another eye in the field.
Yes, oh, for sure.
Unfortunately, I have not been playing a lot of Project Cars 2 lately, so I don't have as much immediate knowledge of these cars on the track as I did the last time I commentated, which I think was at Coda, if I remember correctly. But we'll see what happens here.
Yes, people have been. We have a very different grid than what we had at Coda. I think we were missing. I think we had more drivers.
Yeah, we had a few more drivers. I want to say we had like 11.
Yes, 11
maybe 12
out
that night or something like that.
We had 18 out at Long Beach, which turned into a disaster.
Oh, Dio's
Who did we
here.
just gain? Yeah.
We did.
Dio just showed up.
I'm sure Dio will just get access to the second stint qualifying here, as he is. That's the wrong one. Sorry, stream. Dio was third in points.
You need to name your scenes, my friend.
I do. I have them all. I just with how.
Oh, you just clicked the wrong one.
Yeah. I clicked the wrong. Well, I have them hotkeyed, and since
I don't think Dio will be able to run. For quali.
I don't think we're gonna hold it against him, to be honest. That's very much an F1 racer, obviously, but
I think what we had said before was based per panels, based on your point standings. We're not gonna allow you, if you are supposed to run in the first session, but you're high in the points. We're not gonna just let you run in the second because it gives you an unfair advantage over the other guys that you're closely competing with.
Well, we shall see right here, right now.
Indeed.
Whether Dio gets that opportunity or not. Go
out. Dio will start from the back, FYI.
Alright, has this been... Where's this confirmed at?
I just jumped over.
Okay. That's a bit disappointing.
As I say, that's definitely the rules that we came up with.
Oh, better than... Ooh. I have nothing on it, but we are going to have people out on the track. Now, as that boom camera's right in the way, move. Thank you, as Ratha jumps onto track. In the number 21 Chevy. I do have to agree, that blue is just very appealing to look at.
Yeah, it's like a really nice dark shade, especially when it hits the right angle.
Right there.
Yeah.
And all the bold white graphics on it too, just make it pop. You know, look the stands out. It's good looking.
Yes.
Nice and simple.
Like my livery,
and
whenever
clean,
I run,
you
is
said
like
earlier.
mine is a light blue.
We have at the moment rapid fire in that obnoxious pink. I can't remember if he's a Chevy or a Honda. But that is one of our custom liveries. That is the one custom livery for Chevy because Drizout runs the McLaren one, as we all know. aka the Honda. As my favorite livery comes out on track, number 5 of James Hinchcliffe, run by Canada's own F1 Racer 68.
Speaking of Driz, where has he been?
I don't know. He's been IA as far as racing is concerned lately.
He was a solid regular for quite some time.
Yeah. I don't know if IndyCar just doesn't appeal to him as much.
He got tangled up at Long Beach a few times, so...
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that I'm too surprised by maybe how thin the field is just due to the car and how fragile it is. And I think, you know, guys get frustrated. They practice for a better part of 2 weeks to prepare for one of these races, and, you know, stuff happens.
Just a little bit frustrating. Obviously, just the streams of all we do. Oh, Dio is out.
Yeah, he's probably just trying to get some practice in a bit.
Well, that'll be... Well, again, everyone will just form up around him, I'm assuming. Most likely, then he'll just probably go to the back of the pack at the end.
Probably.
Just for the stream daughter said, we do... the drivers make the decision on what series we were going to run. And there was a favor of the IndyCar, so... we were going to be... I think we were supposed to run GTEs this year. We were going to. But then Indy took a bigger group of drivers, and then... Yeah, we have had 19 drivers out, but they've only been out to one event, and this season is not long. There's only 11 events. So we're almost near the halfway point already. Getting up to it, I should say. Again, in theory, 2 of the drivers who should be competing tonight are not competing tonight. They're sitting in the booth with me, so that is also another thing that can't do much about. Hopefully, again, now we're gonna have 9 drivers on track. Hopefully, we get a good race out of this. Seems to be the opportunity as 2112 takes out some cones. I don't know what they ever did to him. He really took out 4 cones there.
Well, clearly they were in the way.
To him they were, yes, you're not wrong. As we get up to about the 10.5 minutes remaining, as F1 Racer looks to have binned it somewhere. 10.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. What do we have here? 2112 slots himself into the 5th position with a 147.1. It's not a terrible time out of him. It's an improvement. I saw him run a 148 in practice. So improving. This is our man to watch. In all honesty, Ratha, another one of the rookies, very big lover of IndyCar. Actually quite new to just being a sim racer in general, but seems to have a very good grasp of how to driver. I'm not sure if he's like an IRL driver or not, but seems to have a very good grasp of what he's doing here. I don't know if you guys can confirm that or not. You haven't heard anything.
I have no idea.
All I know is he's very new to sim racing. He's been sim racing
I
for
actually,
like 4 months.
I know very little of him. I don't even know that I recognize the handle when I saw it in the lobby. So new to me as well.
Okay. Yeah, he's only been sim racing for about 4 months and was looking for a league, and he has done very well. He ran at Coda. He's run at every race, and he's finished in the top 5 for the majority. If we look at the points, that's not the point standing. Wrong one. I think he sits at the moment. He sits 7th overall with 95 points. Kind of in that midfield battle, 4th through 10th. 25 points separate them. So very interesting.
You know, I do feel like I maybe recall some conversation. Maybe it was on the forum when he first joined or something. Maybe he does some. I feel like he might have some real life experience. I don't know. Maybe he autocrosses or maybe does some track day stuff. I'm not sure, but something. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but.
Oh, Ratha set pole time.
Oh my goodness.
142.
That does not take long. He runs at 142.133, which means he is now taking provisional pole, and will do a very good job of keeping it. And the top 3 are all rookies to the CanAm league. All rookies. So, very dominating performance already from Ratha, setting a very impressive qualifying time. 21.12 touches the outside grass a little bit. He's looking to improve. Trying to catch and pass Aussie here. Oh, 3/10 down.
He runs.
And he's going to go a little bit wide. A little bit, car looks a bit under series. He goes into the pits. Very impressive for Ratha. He's been improving. I think Coda wasn't his best performance. Long Beach, I think he got caught up in some of the issues. And then Rapid Fire takes his car onto the grass, and then he takes on the other side. And then
he's shifting really weird too.
And then Ratha performed extremely well at Indy. Kept himself very consistent. You jump on board with F1 Racer, who admitted to me before our event has begun that he's been plagued with real life busyness, shall we say, and hasn't had a lot of time to run. So we shall see how I'm pretty sure lone Canadian in the field tonight runs. I think he's the lone Canadian, sure, as he slots in a 148.2.
Ratha can improve on his time. Might actually be an outlap, but
I think it is his outlap.
yeah, it was 225.
Get back on board Ratha. It's only him and really has been admitted from all the people tonight. They're not running the strongest. I think this actually might be 5 and 5.25 minutes remaining. There's my English to come with me. I think Ratha might actually have provisional pole locked up.
Yeah.
Just by the look of pace and performance of our other drivers in the paddock. I'm pretty sure this looks like Ratha's really running his fuel to the end. He's really just putting it all in one lap. But as Dio doesn't get to run, he is one of the front runners in points. That's very late. He's gonna, very
Yep.
lost the handle on that one.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just abandons this lap.
If he didn't, he has no fuel to run a second. He'll be probably flying into the pits, get some more fuel in. But yeah, Dio, one of, I think he's fourth in points. He's either fourth or third in points. Can you pop up that middle thing in the middle? Just so I know who I'm watching. Okay, thank you. He should be fourth in points, if I remember correctly, looking down. No, he's third in points. So he's going to have to deal with the traffic a little bit.
We only have 4 minutes left, by the way.
It's very true. 4 minutes remaining in qualifying here. He's 21-12 looking to improve. I think he can slot up under Ozzy if he gets a good run and a good lap in here. No, I think that was his out lap.
Yeah, it was.
So F1 race for the track as well as Rapid Amplifier and Ratha. So we have the big point, we have 50 laps. Each driver has to run each tire at least once, and you definitely will here. And I'm pretty sure we will be seeing most likely a primary alternate strategy, a two-stop strategy, most likely from the drivers. Primaries are expected as Rapid Amplifier loses it once again into the grass. And the primaries are expected to last around 20 laps. Some are saying maybe more, some are saying a little bit less, but that's how depends on you or not. How you are on your tires. English has to come to me sometimes. But some people saying they were making their primaries, or their alternates, sorry, the red striped alternates. They were lasting 12 laps, so a little bit over what some people were saying. Some people were saying their alternates were lasting 6 laps. So looks like we're going to have to see some tire management coming into this event. We shall see.
Yeah, definitely always is the case this season. In these type of cars in general, you really have to be conscious of it.
I think Indy is probably the one place you can kind of ignore it because you're running flat out for the majority. Obviously, you have the changes or the braking and
right back. Just heads up.
Yep. I really hope.
Oh, for the 500 you meant?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope our director is back soon because that would be.
Well, he'll have like 2 minutes after the countdown goes to 0, so.
Yeah. As Dio doesn't get any laps in, that's going to be a little bit most likely frustrating for him. Just happy that another driver makes the race at this point. Another competitor,
yes,
especially up in the grid.
And I really do hope that we don't have a whole lot of, or too many drops, or any drops, really.
Ratha goes wide. Hopefully not. Again, the field seems competent. As we're in our last 30 seconds, I think Ratha's probably not going to improve anything on his time. No improvement for Ratha, but 15 seconds remaining, and our director not here. We will never know what happens.
Yeah, and truthfully, I think he's the only one in this group that has a shot at pole, anyways. Just being honest about it. I mean, if I were to looking at the practice times right before qualifying started, if you were to split the group up by practice times, he would have been with the other 3 guys.
Oh,
Or he
yeah.
would have been with like Stu and Frank and Power.
As 2-1-2 has crossed the line, we're going to see F1 Racer see if he can improve on that 146.8. No improvements. This is Rapid Amplifier. See if he can actually put a time on the board here.
I think this is his outlap anyways.
Yeah, he's using full fuel as well.
Unless he's just using this as practice. I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure, but he's going to... He's not even going to put a time in, which actually means Dio will go ahead of him.
Yeah, that
In the
lap
points
was 8 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, at this point,
I'm not sure what happened there.
I don't think he ever really got a clean lap in. He spun out a few corners, but we're obviously, as you know, if you are new to the series, CanAm VRL does a manual formation lap, so we run, in theory, 51 laps. The first lap, though, is used as a formation. Drivers will drive around, and well, then the lead driver, which is going to be Ratha in this situation, he will signal to the rest of the field. He will say green, 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 and that means everyone gets to go on his first move, in essence. But I do actually have to congratulate Ratha on winning the Lord Dragon KD award for pole position. Congratulations to him on a very good fight between the top 3. Is going to probably come down here. Everyone's gonna get ready to roll here. We're gonna have our, of course, it'll be a rolling start as well. If I didn't make that obvious the first time around. Coach is barking in the background. Good job. We will begin. There we go. Rolling formation lap. Very nice and Cobb. So we'll have a quick start to talk about everything before we get going. So obviously we have Ratha, very dominant performance, put in a very good lap and qualifying. Stu, who has been one of the top drivers on both road and oval. Frank, one of our oval specialists. And then we go down the order. We have Power, who is one of a long-standing members of CanAm VRL, running in 4th. One of the old blood, shall we say. Ozzy, another one who's been around for a very long time. Hopefully can keep it together. Him and Power actually had an incident in Indy which caused Power to be disqualified for entering the pit lane at over 150 miles an hour, if I remember correctly. So, but it was a accident, and obviously Project Cars too. On the pit lane entry, you can only go the speed limit. You go any above it, you are disqualified. Then we move back down. We have, who's next on this? 2112, the driver looking to start making some points up here. Going to be very important for him. F1 Racer, who says to himself he's not prepared for this race, but he's going to try it, I'm sure, and give it his all here. Points on the line, followed by Dio. He's 3rd in points right now, so see if he can carve his way through the pack if he's prepared for that. And then obviously, late show driver Rapid Amplifier. Hopefully he can keep up. And someone's already lost body weight.
Oh, we got a wing off somewhere. Who was that?
Hey.
We can just get, that is 2112.
2112.
Who looks to be having some issues here and looks to have run into the back of Ozzy on the formation lap. That definitely is not going to help out 2112 here. He's looking to acquire some points. So, he's going to get through the halfway point. I don't know what he's going to do. He might have to just pit and get that fixed, because that is fully broken on the right. He actually has been, by looks of it, given the okay, as so has Ozzy been given the okay.
Did Ozzy actually take damage?
None that I can see. So assuming that they have, I'm assuming Ozzy's taking damage then. Word America, just booked my hotel for IndyCar race next year. Oh, that's fantastic. This is a great place for racing.
Hey guys, I can confirm from F1 Racer that this they are going to run a caution lap here, so these guys can get fixed. They are counting this as their one caution lap within the first, at the beginning of the race.
That's kind of interesting. Okay, there can definitely be a lot worse instances to come if anything does befall our drivers into lap 1. Interesting to hear. Definitely wouldn't have called it that one, but it is what it is. Interesting. Alrighty, well. Yeah, because if any major incident happens into turn 1 here, especially now that the tires and brakes are going to be even colder than they already are, this could cause a lot of issues coming into T1. So we're keeping an eye on that for sure. Definitely don't know what happened there. Frustrating. So hopefully everything's been cleaned up by these guys. And you really want to see on a formation lap, drivers running into each other. But that seems to be what happened between two of the drivers here. We're not new people into CanAm. Ozzy is a long-standing member. I think Rapid Amplifier was here last season as well, so not rookies by any means of how things are run here, but they're back on track. They will slide into the back spot, which means Dio now acquired 6th from doing nothing and showing up late. Good on Dio. Now what you can do there?
I'd take it. Hey, you know.
Definitely right now would
fine.
want to take it, especially with all the points he needs. He's going to be immediately. If he has a good performing setup here, he's going to be right into the battle very quickly with the top 4, which are the 4 we're going to be paying attention to a lot. These guys are very evenly matched. We'll see who gets the good start, though. That's gonna be the big question. Pretty sure they will form up 2 by 2 here, or is Indy 1 by or America 1 by 1? Because the front straight's very thin. They're shorter.
I thought it was usually 2-2.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see that. I don't know what side Ratha. I'm assuming it's the same as how they boxed up, but we shall see as we get rolling here. I guess that is our caution lap, everyone. Hopefully we do not have any major mistakes or incidences that come into the first corner here, or else
there will be no more caution.
Or else there will be this race will be interesting to the end. I think I'd be raging a little bit about that, but that is how it goes sometimes. So here we go, coming up to the start of now 49 laps.
See if Stu can get the jump on Wrath?
That's one of the biggest questions. I don't think he can. More or less because Ratha has, as they're staying single file lined up. Oh, no, alright.
Like, confusion?
There's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of confusion here. No one knows what's going on, it looks like. As green's been called, and Ratha takes off. As no understanding, or that's a lot of confusion from the box. Ratha's going to get a good entry into T1. Let's get back in. Everyone looks to have gone through cleanly. Ooh, power's gone wide. As he's going to have Dio automatically. Dio's already made up a spot on F1 Racer. Right off the jump, and we'll have a nice slipstream down by Power. He can get right up into the fight here, right off the bat. Quite the interesting, confusing start. Some things were not made clear by everyone, or things are not speed up with the drivers, but as the two starting off, and looks like they've kind of flown away is Rafa and Stu. Already gone. I don't think Frank had the best. Frank started third, which Stu actually made the biggest mistake. Stu needed to be up alongside Rafa, and Stu stayed behind him.
Yeah.
Which actually caught out Frank. He doesn't know what to do because he can't actually pass Stu. So, that's gotta be a little bit frustrating, as Frank seems to have gotten right back on the gun, though. He's very much trying to pull that gap in as best he can. But
Nope. F1 Racer went a little bit wide to Canada corner, and Ozzy went by.
All right, Canada corner catching out F1 Racer. That's gonna put Ozzy up into 6. F1 down into 7. Moment. Somehow I've changed camera angles again, which makes no sense to me.
Huh?
If you hit the minus button on the keypad, the cam. Could you change drivers really quick for me, please? Need to get this anyway.
I like this. This is cool.
Alright, perfect. Let's get back on to stories at hand. I think we got a close battle between Power and Frank at the moment. That actually seems to be quite a close. Oh, Frank's been there and Power's by into third place. As I don't know. It was a caution, single file start. Alright, well, someone's definitely made an error of that communication because everyone's spread out at the back of the field. I noticed everyone just went to their own line. So that's really frustrating to see. But then I guess if it's that theory, then Stu's the only one who really held it correctly, besides the leader. As yeah, everything quickly thinning out. Rapid amplifier. 6 seconds off the back of 2112 off the start. 2112 trying to stay with this group here of F1 Racer and Aussie. Yeah, Rafa. Wow, already 3 seconds ahead. Something we kind of talked about in the pre-show is 3 different drivers at 3 different tracks showing 3 dominant performances. Can the next rookie in line put a dominant performance? And we shall see. These guys are quickly spreading thin. On the short field here. As Stu seems to be cutting down that gap, keeping things kind of calm. These two are definitely going to be the shot-for-shot drivers here. Alrighty then. As close that screen.
F1 had a little bit of trouble again, and 2112 has taken the 7th spot from him.
Oh my! Another big.
Yeah, just some minor errors. He was making some pretty decent gains on Ozzy there for the last half of the last lap, and but just got a little bit deep into the one of the slower corners, and then just lost momentum over the next couple. And went a little bit wide.
Oh, for sure. Again, kind of conversated with me a little bit. Was just like, I don't know, I'm not good for this one. He's like, I'm like, alrighty, we'll see. But again, not a lot of practice. Real life things kind of get in the way of sim racing sometimes. So, not much you can do there. At least showing up. He's one of the drivers showing up. So, which is good. Good.
Like in the battle between Stu and Ratha, we've got Stu actually running faster laps at the moment. He ran a 1:45.1 compared to Ratha's 1:45.5.
Interesting to see. We'll be keeping an eye on that, as obviously you need to keep in consideration tires. And could we actually switch over to Ratha real quick? No, running the same amount of fuel, so.
Yep.
Stu having a little bit more. But again, supposedly the alternate tires here do have some issues keeping together. They lose grip really quick here, supposedly, which some drivers are saying are keeping their laps. As we can see, Frank's actually gotten by Power again, but I'm assuming that's been a major error on Power's part because he's already 4 seconds ahead of him. The battle continues. Ozzy kind of closing on Dio. Dio's kind of set into a pace. Ozzy's caught a little bit of the grass.
Ooh, that was close. 2112 had a little bit of a mishap in the long backstretch, and F1 made a lot of ground and almost ran into the back of him in Chandler Corner.
Well, that wouldn't have been good for both drivers, most likely.
They're
good to keep each other in clean air.
Yeah,
we've
that
already
fight is definitely
seen
not
a
over.
retirement actually has just appeared. It looks like we have lost Rapid Amplifier. Rapid Amplifier is also dropped from the TeamSpeak server, which probably means we have lost him in general.
Yeah, his power supply is probably gone.
That's unfortunate.
As the battle up front kind of stays pretty neutral here between Ratha and Stu, kind of trading shot for shot in different sectors of the track. But rookie Ratha putting in a performing here, which I expected not anything less than that. As the top four between Ratha, Stu, Frank, and Power, they have been the top four for the majority of each race in the season. Again, obviously the only reason I kind of have to put an asterisk beside that one is because Power having an accident with Ozzy, which actually got him disqualified from the race at Indy. So. But lap 7 to 51, gone and dusted here. Stu's made a little bit of a mistake. Looks like he's dropped back to 4 seconds to Ratha. But nonetheless, the field finding its grounds. 5th through 8th separated by 5 seconds. 1st through 4th separated by 14. Alrighty, as we kind of get everything underway, things have smoothed out. So. Chime in whenever you want, guys. You have any useful information or anything?
At the moment, no.
Put simply, I'm continuing to watch this battle at the back of the field, and considering limited practice that F1 has said he has had, if he could just kind of tighten up his lines a little bit and hit these apexes, he could probably run 21-12 down. He's just struggling with some inconsistency right now. But I feel like his pace isn't that far off to be competitive, or at least fight for the guy in front of him.
No, for sure. Exactly.
because I've seen the same inconsistencies out of 21-12 as this battle has gone on. It looks like less of a battle now with at a 2.3 second gap, but 12 is probably starting to get a little more comfortable as well.
Very true. Getting towards the window of tires, actually, on that note. Alternates, which are the red stripes, made to last about 10 to 12 laps, some people are saying. We shall see how that all works out for everyone. As everyone kind of files out. I need filler content here. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just trying to figure out some different camera views, but there seem to be many that are just kind of repetitive.
Yeah, none of them really. Majority of them are the same. Which touch a little bit.
As expected, with the lead drivers running faster lap times, they're eating through fuel a little bit quicker than the rear of the field. Ratha looking at 27.8, 24. F1 at just a little bit over 30 at the moment.
And 21-12 is 32, given his first lap pit.
Yep.
Same with Ozzy.
As Dio goes a bit wide, we catch him at the perfect time. Going a bit wide there.
Actually, gives Ozzy a good chance to pull some time in.
Oh, he got sucked in.
He got psyched.
Yeah.
Big suck into the dirt there for
Coming up
Ozzy.
from behind, too. Who's this?
The 21-12.
21-12 takes over the 6th spot through that error. Cautions breed cautions.
Yep.
And top two, everyone's seeming to, between the top four at least, everyone kind of putting in relative lap times.
I do want to say right there, that was a perfect example of what we just watched of fixation on something that you really need to work on. All drivers need to work on, or try to work on, not allowing to happen. Where, you know, he had a really good opportunity to make up a lot of time, and his eyes likely got fixated on the car in front of him, approaching very quickly, and lost track of his marks.
Oh,
yeah.
Sure. Caught him a little bit wide, got sucked in. Under the dirt, onto the curb. That curb coming out of T14 really can suck you in, especially in these cars, as we've seen so far.
F1 Racer just ran his fastest lap of the race, so he's getting settled in now.
We have gone through 10 laps here, or in theory 9 laps of the IndyCar. Round 4 of the IndyCar Series presented by Sabai Technology. Ratha having a nice lead here in first place, about 3 seconds from the field. All of a sudden it dropped to 1.1, and now it's dropping quickly. Can we please go to the front of the pack real quick? As time seems to be fluctuating, I'm not sure if I've missed something.
No, I think they're just running their laps. Their times are almost identical.
Yeah, for a second there, the time went from 3 seconds to 1.2, so we were having a spin as it looks like a battle here. Down the straight for Ozzy, not really getting in that slipstream.
Surprised nobody ran a push to pass on that.
No push to pass usages. And not really following the slipstream of the driver in front. That's going to not help you out in the long run there. Definitely got to get in behind that driver. That curb almost ate him out. Will anyone make it on only 2 pit stops? Oh no. So far, though, they're running about on time. 10 laps are the primary tires like distances. Actually, interesting to see. There's a 3-second. I just looked at everyone's time. Top 4 running in the 45s and 44s, while the bottom 4 are running in the 48s. So I don't know if that's a different strategy, but
I think Dio just touched a little bit of grass there on the backstretch, and Ozzy and 12 have made a little bit of ground on him.
that time definitely has closed up a little bit. Looks like Rath is starting to struggle a little bit on the alternate tire. Times are fluctuating. Times are coming down quickly, actually. Now down to 2 seconds between the two.
Confused with the lack of push to pass usage. Seems like these close battles would be the perfect times to get some of them in, but
right here actually would be the perfect usage of push to
yeah,
pass.
like these last 2 straights, they haven't been using them at all, which is to me very weird. You'd think you would take advantage of something and try and get on the inside in a curve or something.
Ooh, as 21-12 locks up a little bit, as well as but yeah, definitely seems to be a lack of push to pass usage. Let's get up towards the front of the packet. This is where the laps are gonna start to. Everything's gonna start to unfold. We'll see what drivers are running what. Again, one of the big things about Project Cars 2, a couple of some of the errors within.
Well, I know Rapid Amplifier in the chat just said that he thinks they're holding on to push passes for mid to end race usage, which I get on one aspect. I mean, you have 10 of them, you might as well
Definitely
use
would
some of them. Give yourself some track position while you have the ability to.
I think maybe some of the concern is if you burn one up, or burn a couple of them up trying to make a pass and complete a pass, are you confident enough that you're going to have enough pace without it to pull away? Otherwise, you just put yourself in a position where you're constantly defending.
Yeah. I suppose.
Which, I mean, yeah,
but
it's
I would
great
rather
that
be
you have
in
position.
front of them, because at least then you're getting the good air. I don't know how much, air actually affects people in this game, but at least one of my thoughts is being in front of somebody you don't have the wash.
I think as long as some of the straights are on this track, you're possibly using more fuel.
Gotta have Ratha and Stu pitting pretty quick, because Ratha's down to 7 liters.
Yeah, that gap quickly dropping between Ratha and Stu, fluctuating as it goes.
Another personal best by F1 racer, 48.2.
I think he's slowly catching back up to the pack, too.
Yeah, I think so. He's got it down to 2.6.
Actually,
Both,
so lower field is not using their push to pass much. However, in the front of the field, Ratha only has 5 left, and Stu has used at least 2 of them.
Good observation.
Ratha has used 5 he was actually just using it.
I think he knows his.
Yeah, I think this is
his
his
trying to
damage control.
keep himself in front as best as possible. Not very good for him though.
No, I think it's just damage control for him right now, just to make sure that Stu can't catch up too much and possibly jump him in the pits. I'm curious to see if Stu will run the undercut.
I don't even think the undercut's gonna be a thing. This should be in lap, in my opinion, for tire usage.
At least for Ratha, it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna be both.
If he doesn't this lap, he has to next. Stu could at least do 1 more lap if he wanted.
I think we see both in. Both in here. I don't think it's going to amount to much. Definitely
Maybe.
sure his last.
Because I'm thinking like the jumping him in the pits, because Stu is still running pretty consistent right into the 44s. I think if he gets 1 lap in, potentially see something interesting. But we'll see how that plays out.
Again, now most likely we'll be seeing our drivers jump onto the primary tire.
Not that we can see it though.
Now that we can see it, there's a glitch within Project Cars 2, which doesn't allow us to see it.
What is up with dude catching up real fast?
2112 just completed a pass on Dio.
Dude just closed a
First fifth
ton
spot.
of time in there.
I think Ratha got a little bit,
Out of whack.
I think he just got a little bit passive there, coming out of last corner. Alright, I'm going to be pitting. Alright, this is big, this is important. Pit strategy is very, very important here. Let's see who has what. Is Ratha into his pit box?
Alright.
I just witnessed... I haven't seen a tire change on either of them.
I was trying to see if there was one that would at least look back. Well, actually all top four.
There was no... Yeah, all four should be...
I saw the tire changes on mine.
They just showed
I don't
them...
know why you
I
didn't.
just saw them putting their hands up, so I didn't...
2112 into pit.
Most likely everyone's pitting this lap.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised.
they're around there. Yep,
Yep,
everyone
everybody.
into pit. But actually, yeah, it would have to be. There's no way. They would have to change tires.
Yeah.
So why would you not? Unless fuel is the constraint and tires aren't. But most likely they are, so... Oh, that happens, Cypher Amplifier. Sorry, man. Sucks that had to happen to you.
So I don't know what the deal is, but Dio's on the backstretch driving at like, I don't know if the AI
Ooh.
has car or I don't know what's going on.
I don't think his AI would send him off like that.
No.
Yeah,
But
good
he's...
point. He's got 2.3 liters.
He's
Oh,
probably in low
no.
fuel mode.
He is definitely in low fuel mode. 6th gear. He doesn't have enough fuel to get around.
Wonder what happened. Wonder if he had the wrong pit strategy. That's probably it, because he jumped a place too. So I'm betting you it was the wrong pit strategy and he did tires only. Or damage only, maybe.
No, he didn't pit.
Didn't he? Everybody pit.
Everyone pitted.
Literally everybody had pit.
Everyone went through the pits. I don't think he got fuel.
Oh.
Pit. Dio. No, Dio actually hasn't
No,
pit.
he didn't pit because
Yeah,
I was
no,
on
he's-
board with him and 2112 went in ahead of him and he kept going. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, you're right. I
he
pulled
just
it up on the
missed
live
it.
timing. He hasn't hit the pits at all.
Oh, I swear.
Unless he just misjudged how much fuel he had.
She
Yeah,
probably
possibly.
did, because he should... Yeah, with 3 liters he would have been out at the carousel corner.
He'll make it to the pits for sure, but this is not gonna
He could probably
do
push
him
a
any
little.
favors.
No, he's 3rd place in points and running out of... is now kind of back up to the front. These are the primary tires. Let's see whose strategy has been set up properly for this part
Dio
of it.
is into pits now.
Get up front, please. We shall run the stream. How the stream shall be run. Thank you. As we see a big gap now formed between Frank and Power. I think looks like some issues. As now Power seems to have really fallen off the back of the top 3 here. Let's jump onto it. Let's jump onto.
Ooh, look at that time closing. Closed almost half a second right there.
Let's see. Yeah, Dio's still in the pit. Looks like he's gonna come out. I'm assuming we get a far back pit box, so he should be coming out right about now. F1 Racer 6 seconds off the back of the pack of 2112 and Ozzy.
if Ratha just used a push to pass. He did. He's using one right now.
Overly aggressive. I don't know if it's probably the best of moves though. It's still
You're
over
just getting
30
concerned
laps
with
to
him
go.
being 7.7 behind.
Yeah, you still got 30 laps to go. You gotta really now, once every 10 laps, I think you're gonna get a little bit too anxious in that cockpit being up in front. Big gap now between really everyone in the top 4, which is between the top 2. Big gap forward between 3rd and 4th.
Oh, that gap is definitely opened back up to 1.8. I wonder if Ratha used another. Nope, he did not.
I have a feeling Ratha set up his car more for Sector 2 than Sector 1 and 3 by the looks of it.
That could be true.
Because he seems to pull out a gap in Sector 2 and then it kind of loses it, which is where he might be losing it on the straight, which is maybe where we see the difference between Stu and Ratha's setup. Maybe Stu's running a little less downforce.
Could be, yeah. Second cleared off in turns 1 and 2. Went from a 2.1 second gap to a 1.3.
Being very passive. Actually, let's jump aboard with 2112 and Aussie. That seems to be a battle sort of forming. They're kind of getting very close. Through the,
Yeah, it's about a second and a half, and it is getting slightly smaller every sector.
I would also like to state that Dio is still in the pits.
Interesting. I wonder if he's had some issue. Well, he's on the same lap as the other guys. I wonder if he hit the pits again. Because he's on lap 17, same as F1.
That pit limiter, or that pit indicator has not left the screen yet.
I believe he has pit again because a couple seconds ago his difference to F1 Racer was like 30 seconds. And it's now showing 56, so I think he has come in again.
Yeah, I think something's up.
He's gonna come right back out in front of this. Good call. Oh no. Alright, pulls out of the way. Wrong place, wrong time situation there for Aussie there. Can't do much about that one.
No, I really can't. That's just luck of the draw.
These guys come out. Dio, no. I don't know what the IndyCar rules are about unlapping yourself, but we saw that interesting play out over in Brazil, if I remember correctly, this past weekend.
That we did.
That was quite the experience. That's something I want to throw it to you guys. What was your opinion of it?
So, my opinion being, Ocon shouldn't have done it. However, Verstappen had the most to lose and should have at least
close the door?
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
In the same sentence, why would you expect Ocon to push in those corners, being that you are the leader? Like, if Ocon was faster, which he was on fresh tires, by all means, he should have been able to wait and get out of, the dangerous area to pass somebody and pass him in a better spot.
Agreed.
I think it was a bad spot because I don't think Verstappen necessarily could have seen him too well, for one.
Now that's where I start to disagree. This is where as everyone has kind of teetered out, so we'll keep an eye on this sort of battle here between 2112 and Aussie. This is where things have changed for me, because I've watched from a few different angles, and heard some more radio conversations. Max talked to his pit. I don't know if you've heard these radio conversations or not.
No.
Max talked to the Red Bull team and said this Force India is really pushing, and they said, okay, pay attention to it. Force India advised Ocon to unlap himself because of the difference in time. Ocon was also 2 laps behind Verstappen, so he couldn't unlap himself that quickly. Well, you can. You're allowed to unlap yourself in Formula 1. And the Force India, and this is where things were interesting. The speed difference going into T1 was huge. Force India with the Mercedes engine just seems to have a much better closing, or like higher top speed, seems to. Very much Norris. 21-12 pushing a little too hard. Austin in the dirt. As F1 Racer is also into the pits. Notice that on screen.
I wonder if he took some damage somewhere.
He was able to keep it in the right general direction.
Yeah.
The power slides, so we'll jump on board with race leader. How about that? With Rafa. Everything now has officially teetered out. Pay attention to between 21-12 and Aussie, which is only 7 seconds. Keep an eye on that. But the way I look at it was Esteban actually was in front of. First of all, why is Max defending? That's like my big question. Why did he defend that corner? Esteban actually got ahead of him going into T1. It was actually his front tires were ahead of Verstappen's going into T1. So, Max actually gave him the racing line, which kind of is where, like, why? As the leader of the race, you don't have to do that. Keep your own line and make Esteban have to dive on the inside or stay behind. But Max defended into as Ratha, 20-12, not paying any attention to what he's doing. Oh my goodness. That's going to close the door right up to Stu. Especially as a back marker like that, you really got to get out of the way before the corner, or you really got to make it very clean for the race leader, which was not made there. Wait for Brath to keep himself concentrated there. Make sure he gets back out on pace, as he has used. Oh no, he hasn't used another one. He's still on 4. I don't know. With the whole situation over in Brazil, everyone blaming Esteban, and only Esteban is stupid, and everyone blaming and only blaming Verstappen is stupid. That's my opinion on it. Both had some.
It's on both of them for sure.
Both definitely had some issues going into that. And then instead of everyone able to feel sorry for Verstappen that he lost that, he goes and does something stupid in the paddock afterwards. Super embarrassing. All caught on camera. I don't know.
I think it's great. I got no problem with it whatsoever.
I do. I have a huge issue with that. There's having a.
I don't.
Well, that's just. Oh no! Ratha's locked up into
boy.
T1.
Mistake by the leader.
Oh, that could decide a lot. That's a big gap now.
I think it already has decided that one. And it looks like.
Yeah, Stu does now that he has clean air.
Stu was already lapping 1.1 seconds faster than him anyway, last lap by, so.
Yeah, but you also have to consider.
Oh, the error made, yeah, as well. But I don't really agree with that, because it kind of just. One's always been seen as a gentleman's sport.
No.
That's what it's
that at all.
That's a stretch.
But that's what it's defined as, is a gentleman's sport. I don't.
I think society has tried to turn it into a gentleman's sport because
Yeah.
it's been pushed to be very elite and proper and pricey and just everything that's supposed to be just the best of everything, including the best drivers, the best cars, the mechanics, the best engineers, and the best attitudes, and just all of that. And I think everything's so muted nowadays, and I get so tired of the scripted crap that we're forced to listen to when we put the top 3 drivers at a table and talk about everything that just happened so cordially after they just worked their asses off for 90 minutes. I hate it.
To me, like,
I want to see some emotion. I don't have a problem with guys getting angry every once in a while.
I don't either. I have issues with the pushing and the shoving. I think that's a little bit over.
I think the pushing and the shoving isn't bad because I mean, if you
Yeah.
look in
But
the
that's-
past and see
but
some of the
that's-
other F1 things that have happened, I mean, there's been punches thrown. I mean,
There is, and
if you look at NASCAR, I mean, people have thrown freaking helmets at other cars
that's,
driving by.
That's
I mean,
the
like,
difference between
like
the
to
two.
me, like
but-
pushing and shoving is not much, especially like a couple of pushes and then walking away.
Yeah, just inappropriate in my opinion. I definitely think that needs to. And he got what he deserved. He gets community service, something like that, and that's all it really is. But it definitely does not teach proper things with other young racing drivers. Pretty much to me, if I'm a young racing driver and I see my idol Max Verstappen pushing other people, oh shit, well I get to do that anytime anything else happens. So that's how I look
You know
at it.
what?
I mean, okay,
If
to me,
you're a
though,
racing,
think
if you're
about
a developing racing driver, you're pretty much an adult at that point. You can make your own decisions on how you're going to act.
yeah, there's that, but then also think about the fact. I mean, okay, we're sim racers. You're in the middle of, you know, a long endurance race. You've been going for hours, and somebody shunts you off the track. What is going through your mind right then? You tell me, Millsy, because I know.
Oh, I'm upset, but what,
Exactly.
But what
So
am I gonna do?
Your temper is high. Obviously, you can't do anything because you're not physically near anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying you would, but just think about the temper that's going through at that moment in time. And now think about somebody who's literally their livelihood is this. It's going to happen occasionally that your temper's going to boil through. I mean, there's been tons of things that have happened with Verstappen and other racers, and it doesn't go through usually. But it's happened historically in the past that it gets to that point sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's good that there is enough restraint, generally speaking, that you don't see it all the time. Because there are always incidents. There's incidents every other race, you know, where someone clips somebody or cuts somebody's tire with a wing or whatever the situation is. So, you know, you don't need to see a lot of it, but when things really come to a head, it's going to happen. And I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think society views it as that big of a deal, but
I just look at it as an immaturity. That's all. I think it's kind of really immature because I don't know how many times he's ruined someone else's race this season. China, the big one, which that was huge.
In the moment, do you care? No. I wouldn't. You're not thinking about the mistakes that you made last month. You know?
No, but again, it's just been. I don't know. I just look at again a child who is a world champion in future years, but
yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen our 7-time world champion act the same way, so they're all babies sometimes.
No, agreed. Just don't think that's how the way you should ever be acting ever, but it happens, I guess, supposedly. So definitely don't agree with it. But crazy.
To me, it just reminds me that even F1 drivers are human.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's one of those deals where you don't really advocate it, but you know, when things do happen like that and the tempers do boil over, sometimes you just gotta take this kind of stuff with a grain of salt. Like, it is what it is. It's people being people, you know. So they'll move on. They'll go on to the next race, or you know, whenever they do. I don't know what the situation is, but
no, that wasn't what I was just talking about. That he went from everyone felt extremely sorry for him to everyone's upset with him because of his actions after. That's all.
Right.
That was pretty much I think the biggest issue. And another thing I've always seen Max do when he's upset is he always hits the after race, like whatever. If he finishes on the podium, he always hits that pylon that says second, first, third. You ever noticed that? That's just
wouldn't take too much stock into that.
No, I just noticed it. That's kind of just some things I notice. I get upset.
But,
I'm just
like, you can notice him doing that, but you can't necessarily say it's because of that.
No,
I think people are now associating that because of whatever instance happened with Ricardo and him. I think everybody saw that, and now that he like did it one more time, everybody's like, he did that because he's upset.
I would be.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Well, I think there's, you know, that's just people doing what people do. You know,
you gotta understand too. I mean, he's not the only one that hits those. So, hell, even Hamilton's hit him before.
Oh yeah,
You can't necessarily say just because he does it, it's because he's upset. I don't know why people are hitting my doorbell so late.
Go get him. As lap 25 of 51 of a very spread out race now as Stu leads after the mistake by Ratha. Now 7 seconds clear of Ratha is Stu. Frank 23 seconds off the pace. Power 45. Oh yeah, Vettel with the scale.
Seen Ratha falling way off pace now?
Yeah, that does surprise me. Did you see what Vettel did with the scale as well in Brazil?
Oh, I saw it.
Broke the scale? That was ridiculous. I can understand.
I think it's hilarious,
but kind of silly.
People are so upset that he got off with like a fine and whatnot. Like,
what did they expect him to reprimand, race, ban?
No, they expected him to get nothing.
Oh, what?
And then
it's actually
they're throwing in the Mercedes and Ferrari thing. They're like, well, if Mercedes had done this, they would have just looked the other way. And blah, blah, blah. No.
See, that's a Ferrari. That's
a scale.
It's a Ferrari fan.
I know.
Say that.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
he actually, he almost hit someone with his car.
Right. And
then went on to the scales.
He didn't follow any of the protocol.
Yeah, he didn't follow any protocol, but because it's qualifying too, and oh my god, I need to get my timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's their own fault that they, I mean, Charlie Wedding was right. I mean, you need to go into every qualifying session with the expectation that you might get picked up for the bridge.
Yeah, especially since it's so
It's
random.
their own fault that they didn't plan for that.
Expected him to get points on his racing license for that? I don't think it was that high.
I wouldn't, yeah, no, because there wasn't actually, like, anything involved in the race, to me. Like, had it been something like that, like, on the track, bad, yeah, but...
That kind of beckons me back to the Baku incident from last year when Vettel, I expected him to get more than 2 days of community service for that. If you didn't...
What happened? I don't remember.
Vettel...
I can't remember what I ate for dinner yesterday, let alone the race last year.
Hamilton quote-unquote brake tested him in Baku and then just came out the wrong side.
And whacked him?
Yeah, he only got 2 days of community service for that.
I thought that was stupid.
Like, that should have been racing license.
What was his excuse for that again? Like, oh, I misjudged or something like that, or... It was some stupid
As Stu's
excuse.
into the pits here, fuel is not lasting.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. So, Pitt, when was Pitt as Ratha in as well?
It was 14, 15.
So 13 laps? Ugh.
Yeah, at least 2 more pits then, based on that.
Again, it is a high fuel usage track. You are full throttle for a lot of it.
Yep. But except for Dio and F1 will have to pit.
Ugh.
I wonder if he just took fuel. That was a really quick stop.
He could have. If
he's on the
primary tires,
primaries,
he must be if he only took fuel. Ratha as well, out again.
No, he took tires too.
How do we know?
Because I'm looking at his stream.
Oh.
100% tread on all four.
Huh. Well, again, you never know if he's on the primary or the alternate, so.
He's on alternates right now, I can tell you that.
Well then, maybe they just weren't going to do it that way then.
Maybe, but that 10-second gap, I mean, there's not even a battle for the first place anymore. Like that battle doesn't even exist right now. Period. And I don't think it will, honestly. Given the pace that Ratha has right now, I mean, I don't know where any of his pace went. He's just losing it. If he keeps losing it like this, like Frank might actually end up. He might fall back to Frank eventually.
Yeah, Ratha very much off the pace.
He's just shedding time. Yeah, ran a 2:18.
Well, Stu ran a 2.7 mile, yeah, 1.4 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Frank ran fastest of them all, 2:15.5 on that out lap.
But I don't know.
I don't think Ratha really.
Weird.
Most
I think
likely.
Ratha is like mentally
I think
not
he's
in it
checked
now.
out. He's
Yeah.
definitely. He has at least third in the bag at this point. To be honest, unless a major error befalls him, the pace of Power is just really not there. Well, about 1.6 seconds, or 1 minute and 6 seconds off the pace of leader Stu. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Ooh! What's his face? Jimmy Johnson and Fernando Alonso switching seats. I think I sent you that earlier, like a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
We talked about it earlier this stream.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we did.
I was gonna go into detail. I was like, do we know what track they're gonna run at?
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, they are. Oh, they're running it right at the end of the season. That's.
Yeah. Jimmy Johnson's car is on a container ship right now.
Oh, I don't trust that shit.
Jimmy Johnson put up a picture and tagged Fernando and said, delivery signature required, and it showed a picture of his car with a bunch of tires in a container.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. I would rather it flown if that's like possible. I should Abu Dhabi. I'm sure it's possible.
It's possible, but I mean, you gotta get a pretty sizable plane.
Yeah.
That's
I've seen
F1 budget versus NASCAR budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly what that is.
Oof. Ooh, the NASCAR going out on
That's gonna be cool.
Abu Dhabi. That's gonna be interesting.
I think Fernando's gonna have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
And
I
not to
think
mention
Jimmy
their
Johnson's
pit
gonna have fun.
crews are kind of swapping around a little bit too.
Oh, what the F1
They're
pit crew is
giving,
gonna do the NASCAR?
Yeah, and vice versa.
That's just a cool event. That's something just cool
Yeah.
to do.
Like like for the pit crews, they're gonna be kind of like, oh, this would be kind of sweet. Like, I think the F1 pit crews are gonna be like, oh, are you serious? And the NASCAR guys are gonna be like, yeah, 1.2 second pit stop.
1.2.
Watch them just beast it and pull off a 1.2. That was exaggeration, but
I can tell.
and then the F1 guys run like a second pit stop.
Ooh, the 6 hours of Shanghai is on right now as well.
Yep, and Fernando's running.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Where are they running?
I don't know what place he's in right now, but I know he's in the number 8 car. It's pretty
Well,
cool.
it's a Toyota, so first or second.
Yeah. He's been running every race with them.
Yeah, it's unsurprising to me.
Yeah, either.
Oh.
I mean, he's gonna do a full season with them next year too. So, is the assumption, I think.
I don't know why he'd do that. I think I would have went to IndyCar, to be honest.
I think if he goes to Indy, he's gonna want to do it with the McLaren team. So he's just kind of waiting it out.
Yep, I agree.
I thought the McLaren team was running this year.
No, they're only running one event.
Oh, they're only running the 500?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they
That's
nixed
their
the
evaluation.
idea of the full season, like what, a couple months ago?
Yeah,
Or
they couldn't
something
get things in order fast enough.
Yeah.
So, did the McLaren team run when Fernando ran the 500 last time?
It was McLaren Andretti. It was an Andretti car,
Which-
Andretti team, everything. This is going to be McLaren staff, McLaren pit crew, McLaren car.
So, last. Yeah, I'd be going to a different team if I'm Fernando, if I want to win.
Why? They're spec cars. I mean,
Oh, the engines are spec?
I would agree.
Oh, yeah, they are.
yeah,
That's a
everything's
stupid
spec.
question. Don't even. I'm so tired. As we are on lap 31 of 51 as well. 20 laps to go here. Stu,
And they're going to be with a Chevy engine, so.
why wouldn't you go with the Hawk?
Ask yourself that question.
I would have with the Honda engine 100%.
Think about the McLaren-Honda relationship.
Yeah, they're probably not going to.
Honda was probably like,
Now you don't get one of our Indy cars. You don't
But-
get our Indy car engine. No, 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 no.
But
you don't get
interestingly
any of our
enough,
engines
I
anymore.
don't think. Yeah.
Oh, there's not even a single battle on track at the moment.
Nope, they're all so far apart.
Yeah, it's really spread out now, unfortunately.
There's literally nobody even remotely close to them on the track. 2112 and Power are the closest. And they aren't even going to be fighting for position.
Well, with that, we will stay on board with the leader. We're going to take a quick commercial break. This is round 4 of the IndyCar Series presented by Sabai Technology. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to round 4 of the IndyCar series presented by Sabai Technology. We are back and live as Ratha has just entered the pits. Frank overtakes him as, when was the last pit stop? Do we remember? For these guys?
27.
27. So, 12 laps that time around. Frank has a lot
Frank
more
still has
fuel.
11 liters.
So, unsure of what issues Ratha has occurred, but this actually might... This might not be good for him. As yeah, this could be a really big issue actually for Ratha here in acquiring second place. Yeah, we lost viewers doing that, but. As 2112 is stopped in, not in. Okay, so that's
he
his race
retired.
over. You're now left with seven drivers.
And the power is actually not the part behind Ratha. Obviously, it still has to pit, but still. I think actually Ratha might have just... Something weird's gonna happen at the end of the race with him.
Yeah, he might have to pit again.
Oh, he absolutely has to pit again.
Say the 6 hours of Shanghai was actually just on a red flag.
Oh.
Oh, weather or?
Unknown. I just see Ferrari posted the race should restart in 5 minutes. That was 60 minutes ago.
An hour ago?
No, 60 minutes ago.
Oh, 16. I thought you said 60. I was like, oh, jeez. That's either a little rain or a really, really bad accident.
Yeah, I'm not sure, not getting a lot of details. BMW's new M8. Clean sweep at Macau.
Race is going right now. It's under safety car.
I wonder if they put it under red for a little bit there.
It is raining though.
That could be it, maybe. A leader Stu into the pits.
Any idea why the 6 for Dio is highlighted in red on screen?
Not a clue. I've been wondering that.
Bring up the timesheet. Let me just see that. Dio
Penalty,
has a
that's
10-second
why.
penalty.
Oh, okay.
Most likely
Good
for...
thinking.
That's still P6 for him.
Yep.
I feel like that just happened recently, like maybe in the last 5 minutes or so. I don't think it's
Yeah,
been like that whole race.
It's been at least for the last 6 or 7 laps, most likely. I think around there.
Alright, number 8, Toyota is in first. And
that's
number
good.
7 is in second. Although SMP and Rebellion are less than a second behind them.
Probably because they're under safety car.
Yeah, they just caught the safety car. They just showed it. Oh. I will send the stream link to you, and we'll see if you want something entertaining.
Probably watch that later. Good point. Unless they're...
Yeah, there's still 3.5 hours left, so.
Yeah. As we are on with 10 laps to laps to go here at Road America.
Oh, they're under safety because of a pretty large crash on the main straight.
How big?
Ah.
GTE crash?
Yeah, one of the Porsches it looked like.
Is Stu supposed to still be in the pits?
He went into the pits again. I don't know why. I bet you this is some sort of a strategy. He doesn't have to pit anymore, whereas Ratha might have to.
Actually, we'll see right now. After the end of the next lap, we'll calculate fuel. Gap's 10 seconds. Let's see how long. Actually, Ratha just. Oh no, that's Stu just pitted. Keep an eye on his fuel this lap. First time I saw it was 53.3.
I'm gonna calculate as soon as he runs across the start finish.
It can't be more than 10 liters, so maybe it can. I don't know. No, because then they'd be running out in 6 laps.
Yeah.
So that means they're using 5 a lap.
Yeah,
divided by
roughly.
2.
Ratha might make it.
That seems kind of shy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll calculate it soon.
Well, he was.
This is going to be with 8 laps to remain. Like 8 laps remaining.
Right.
As he crosses here. So he needs to have 40 liters. He has more than enough for that. Oh yeah, he's the only issue Ratha's gonna have is tires. He started this lap at around 54. He's only. Oh my, that is 5. Yeah, he's actually good.
We'll see. Let's see. 49 flat.
Dude just made a huge mistake.
What's going through Ratha's mind like right now?
Staying consistent.
Well, he has no more push to pass. Stu has 1. That's not a factor, really.
No, not at all.
Oh. We crossed the line with like 49 left?
Yeah. He was at 49 flat across start finish.
Maybe start. Well, no, Stu's kind of closing ranks. Kind of. It fluctuates just because of how Project Cars 2 decides to act based on corners. Wait, that's actually going up really. Can we get on Stu?
Yeah.
That's going up really quickly. I don't know if it's just because of the corner. Like, is that how their Project Cars 2 is working now? The corners are. Yeah, it is. Never mind. Go back to Ratha. We're fine. Not a big deal. It's just how the corners work.
So almost 6 liters, just about, like 5.5-ish.
5.5, and no, he's not gonna. He's gonna need to fuel save here if he's gonna make it. I think. Was that 7 laps remaining?
Yeah.
7 times 5.5. 7 times 5 is 35. Add the 0.5. Well, no, maybe he's gonna. No, maybe he could be okay. I really need to know Stu's reason for this.
Fernando's gonna get in the car soon. He's got his helmet on and everything now.
call him the wet weather master, but I don't really think he's that.
Well, Rafa's barely over 5 liters per lap over the last 2.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Stu's decision making here was. Maybe he put on a set of alternates? Like, alternates would be my only, like, you can probably burn them in 9 laps, so maybe he put on alternates and it's not working, but whatever he's done here is not worked for him. Yeah, looks like fuel-wise it should be okay now. 6 laps.
Dude didn't even put on alternates. He's on primaries.
So they both are, I assume, then?
Yeah, they have to be, I think. But what? Like, I don't.
They're running the same lap times.
Yeah, what's the big
I don't
mistake
understand
then?
it. I'm so confused. Why? I have no explanation or even theory as to why he would have stopped again.
Engine damage?
Got a little bit.
Or not? I think it's just a mistake in grand scheme of things. Hopefully, whoever's driving here realizes they do. That's Aussie. Dio in the pits. Can we get a view of F1 Racer here? F1 Racer just stopped. Oh yeah, no, F1 Racers. Yeah, we're good. Alright, we can go back, I guess, to the front.
What were you thinking there?
I want to see if F1 had just, but F1 just pitted by the looks of it. So, I wanted to see if F1 was going to pass Dio at all or get close to Dio. I don't know if Dio made a mistake pit stop or anything, so... Not a mistake pit stop, I need to make like a extra pit stop or something. So, with that 10-second penalty, I want to see if that would come into play at all, but no, it's still a minute between the two.
But yeah, they're not even on the same lap.
Do we know what round 5 is? Because I don't know what round 5 is.
Indy Road.
Indy Road Course, yeah.
Good to have my outro.
Which I like Indy Road Course.
Yeah, I drove in these cars. It isn't bad.
Not bad. Not my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, pizza sounds really good right now.
Dude, don't make me hungry.
It's Matt's fault, damn it. Because he randomly started talking about pizza, because he's like, I'm watching Shroud. He said something about pizza, and now I'm really tempted. I'm like, well, now I'm tempted.
Shrewd.
I shouldn't be tempted, considering how much I had pizza while I was at home, but...
Oh, how was that, by the way?
Oh, it was awesome. Very relaxed, and I have a beard. It's great.
You have to shave that soon enough, don't you?
Yep, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very sad.
And what's the backstory there?
Went home to
What?
see fam, didn't you?
Yeah. Backstory on what?
You, I think.
The beard?
On why I have to shave it?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm in the Air Force. I can't have a beard in uniform.
Right on.
That face.
That face. About 47 of 51 here. Down towards the end here. Yeah, whatever Stu had planned out here really didn't kind of follow through in this second half.
Yeah.
With this
Yeah,
part of
definitely
the
not.
pit stop. Or the...
Ratha still has 22 liters left.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Neither have push to pass usages left, so no advantages there between the top two.
He just needs to circulate. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay clean.
He'd be completely fine to fuel save even if he had to. What would happen if you had to run a safety car so long that the safety car was going to run out of fuel? Then you have to maintain
So-
safety car pace with no safety car.
What car is doing the safety car?
I can't tell right now. They're not looking at it, and I haven't actually paid a lot of attention.
Well, it's usually a road car, and road cars don't run out of fuel that quickly. You know.
No, they don't. Yeah,
So.
but they are also kind of cruising, and it's not like a
Yeah, for a
economy
road
car.
Well, it's not. Well, it is. It's still a road car.
Yeah, but it's not an economy road car.
No, but still, those cars can last days. Not days.
It's a 911. So yeah, that thing will last.
Yeah, that thing was.
That was not a pretty situation right there.
What'd I miss? What?
Ratha going by F1 in turn 1.
Ratha going by F1 in turn 1? Ooh.
Yeah, just the timing of things, and he had to slow way down and really got off his rhythm.
Yeah, he's now down to 8 seconds with 2 laps remaining. Don't see it being too much issue. Let's jump back on board with good old Ratha.
No.
Okay, thank you. What do you mean, no? My YouTube, man. Again.
Yeah, you are right, bud man. You are right. It won't happen. And yes, it is officially an Indy race, right? Not wrong. I wonder if Pizza 9 hates me right now. I don't know if there's what time they close. They probably close in 20 minutes. They're like, mother. Why?
Why you need pizza? Fine. That's a Saturday. Aren't they open?
No, they close at midnight. They're good.
Yeah.
Another hour.
You can make my pizza. 50-51, lots of fuel left.
So I guess the rain for Shanghai isn't going to stop for another 30 minutes.
Wow.
I don't know if that's why they're under. Like, I wonder if that's why they're under safety, which to me that doesn't make sense. Like, it's not heavy rain by any means. I mean, there's a good amount of water on the track, but
Well,
the rain itself isn't that heavy.
Huh. That's interesting.
That's why we watch and they do what they do. So I have no clue. We come up here to the last lap of the event.
And he has 8.5 liters, so yeah, totally fine.
No clue what Stu's mind had in, or what he had in mind there.
I think he thought that it was just early. I think he just misjudged when or how much fuel Ratha would have left.
Yeah.
Because if Ratha had pit one lap later, he wouldn't be making it.
No, you're right.
I think
This
it was
was
just
perfect,
a gamble for Stu,
perfect.
and it just didn't pay off well.
Yeah, perfect. Well, also perfect pit strategy by Rafa. For sure, then. If it all worked out, he probably ran his pit strategy from lap 1.
The thing about that is, though, he was leading at the time.
Well,
Stu?
So there was no...
But Stu wouldn't. I don't think Stu would have made it.
I think,
Oh, he wouldn't have?
I think he pit. Well, did he pit at the same time as Ratha, or
I
did he
have
pit
no
one lap
clue.
earlier?
This is why I was confused. He pit a second time in like 5 laps.
Yeah, probably less than that.
So I'm not 100%
Well, maybe
sure.
about that. Well,
Go over
yeah,
to
I
Stu
mean,
actually really quick.
if Ratha's gonna make it with like what 5 or 6 liters remaining, then
Yeah, I have no clue.
if he
Let's
pit
head back to
pit
Rafa.
more than 2 laps, then he wasn't gonna make it.
Stay on Rafa for the end.
Oh, geez, he's got less than 4 now. I mean, he'll make it.
Yeah,
obviously.
he literally played it perfectly.
Yeah. One lap more, and he was not making it.
Yep.
Pole position. Let
Well
off from the
played
start.
strategy.
And by the looks of it, a perfect strategy. Something I could never do. Ever, ever. But Ratha wins at Road America.
He doesn't have enough gas to get around.
No.
He's gonna stall it on the backstretch.
Alright, perfect by that. Alright, eat that.
Guys, nobody's doing donuts.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, that is the end of Route 4 here at Road America. Congratulations to Ratha, who is going to win by perfect strategy. He's going to acquire lots of points. Going to move him right up that scoreboard, up into those top positions. But that's it. So round 5 is the Indy Road Course, and it'll be presented by Sabai Technology. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.